Well, my flight was canceled, so we might as well do a video and talk about today's price action in the markets, especially as related to uranium and precious metals. So starting with uranium, we got the bounce right here, right just below our anticipated level. If we look in on the hourly chart, we get a better idea what the price action looked like. Okay, so we had the strong sell-off volume, sell-off volume, sell-off volume. We get to this anticipated support, and then we had a nice green bar followed by a decent one. And if you compare that historically, I mean, even that decent bar was pretty big for an hourly bar historically. So this looks like a decent attempt at a pivot. Now, will this be the pivot? You don't know. It could be an oversold bounce. So we just have to watch and see how it shakes out. There's absolutely no reason to come to a conclusion here. You need to let the market tell you, all right? And right now, it's just not clear. And this will be even more clear as we go on and look at these others. But before we go on, I just want to show you, because there's a lot of people saying that you can't do technicals on uranium. But look, I'm just going to remind everybody that on April 20th, we said look out for uranium stocks to test their 200 on the daily and their 50 on the weekly, okay? And then we came back and I realized, a lot of people aren't going to open charts and look at that. So I actually put out price levels of what to expect. So on Sprott Uranium over the counter, we were looking for a price of 1264. All right, we got 1240. Okay, so that was a difference of 2%. The reason that's important is because I expected to be within 2%. It's really hard to get on the exact penny. Okay, it's just, sometimes things are just bullish. Everybody's kind of looking at the same level. Okay, when you're doing your chart right, then you're doing it like the algorithms are. Okay, we're all looking for the same spot. So URA $23. Okay, we ended up getting to $22.95. All right, let's keep going. URNM, we had $75. We ended up getting to $72.37. So how off are we here? Oops, let me pull it. 3.13%. So I kind of missed this one. All right, by my own rules. A Global Atomic, a 280. We got to 283. Not bad, right? All right. So how about uranium fuels? We had 750. How did we do on uranium fuels? We got to 763. That is a difference of 2.25%. Okay, so we're doing good. Next gen, we had a target of 470. How did we do on next gen? Let's see. Where am I? Oh, here we go. Next gen target of 470. We hit 480. We were off by 10 cents. Okay, and let's just see how much that was. 10 cents. 2%. 1.99%. All right, DNN, we had a price target of $1.33. Let's do it like this. $1.33, it was right there, and we were $1.30. Okay, we're off by 3 cents. So anybody who tells you you can't do this, you can't chart uranium, it's just, it's just nonsense. So that's really the only reason I'm showing you this. It's not to gloat or anything like that. I mean, we did good. We should all be very proud of ourselves for holding cash and being patient. Right? We are rewarded. It's like if you train for a triathlon and you win, then you're going to celebrate, right? You should celebrate. You should be proud of yourself for doing a good job. And that's what we're doing right now. We're proud of ourselves and we're taking a victory lap, and we deserve it because we were rewarded for our work and our patience. All right. And I just, to the non-believers, I just want you to see, I want to illustrate that this idea that you can't use technical analysis and that it is, uranium is some, kind of rare bird. It's just nonsense. Okay. The stuff works, it's great, but you have to do it right. A lot of people don't do it right, okay? And that's why, I'm hoping to help you out. And one day you won't even need me. You won't even come to my channel. And why would you? Because you're doing this all by yourself, right? So also, just like we talked about, we're going to find confluence across commodities broadly. We had this 1091 line, okay, for First Majestic Silver as an example. And look what happened. When uranium was touching its lows, so were many of the silver equities at the same time, at the same spot, okay? And they got the same kind of bounce at the same place. So that's the kind of confluence you're looking for as a potential bottom or potential pivot point, okay? We were just a few cents off on all of these, just a few cents. I mean, this is the kind of confluence you're looking for. Even look at GDXJ here in gold. I mean, we were off by what? 40 cents? Right, 0.9%. And this is less about how close we were here. I mean, look at the confluence that we've been talking about for so long, where uranium stocks and silver stocks and gold stocks are all hitting their key support levels at the exact same time, right? Notice how GDX and silver and everything, they're hitting their supports at the same time uranium is, right? Gold, GDXJ isn't up here while uranium's down here, right? They're both at key supports at the same time. And we talked about this for how long now? Weeks in advance, right? We've talked about looking at all the silver stocks, right, to find confluence in the sector, right? Looking at all the gold stocks to find, confluence in the sector. Same thing with uranium, same thing with whatever it is you're interested in. But then you combine all of those too, and you just look at commodities broadly, because you can find this confluence, and that gives you the confidence to strike, right? Because you can strike, and you've been waiting for it. So as soon as you see it, you act on it because you prepared for it, and you're confident in this price level that you found in advance of it happening, right? And so this is exactly what I've been talking about. And now that it's happened, I want to show you this, the fruit of it. I want to show you that it works. I want to show you that it is possible to buy the bottom. Okay, it is possible. You can't get it to the exact penny, but I'll be damned if you can't get it within 1 or 2% every single time. Okay, and I do this all the time, and I just want to show you how it works so you can do it too. Okay, because it's not that hard once you kind of get the groove of it. So with that being said, now that we've kind of looked at all this, instead of going through a bunch of stocks all day, to talk about what's happening next, we have a potential pivot point here. Okay, this is a pretty big level. So if we continue, over the next few days or over the rest of the week, and we show good volume on a good rebound, then we might consider this the pivot point. Okay, we might consider this the bottom before the next leg up. Otherwise, we will look to break this level, and we will eyeball the next support, and we'll get that one within 1 or 2% too. Okay, because I can tell you this: if this isn't the pivot low, and we'll let the market tell us, we're not going to guess. If this isn't, then the next one will be. All right, the next leg up in commodities is imminent, so you just need to prepare and get ready. That's why we only spent half of our cash here. This was a major level. This was a super strong buy, and no matter what it was you're looking at across the board, they all hit confluence at the same time. Look at that. Just nailed it right on that 200. How long did we talk about the 200 on the daily? How long? Okay, so this is just proof in the pudding. I hope this is helpful for you, and I hope this gives you the confidence to just keep on and pick this up for yourself, and to really grab the bull by the horns, and to start taking this up for yourself too, and then kind of make your own guesses, and we can do it together. And you can try to get ahead of me before I make a video, and and compare what you come up with to what I do. And you can start educating yourself and improving yourself and just getting really good at this for yourself. But I just want to prove to you how easy it is to do. And anyone who says this doesn't work, anyone who said you can't do technical analysis generally, or you can't do it in uranium, they're just wrong. And you need to steer clear of these people or try to help educate them, because obviously they're misinformed. And I think that's unfortunate, because this is such a valuable tool. I mean, think about it. You're putting your money into something, right? Why gamble and guess on a price when you have tools at your disposal that help you make informed decisions, right? It's just too simple. It's just crazy not to do it. So beyond that, guys, just hang tight. If you got in here today, great. That was a great move. I hope you still have some cash. If you were busy today and you didn't get into any positions, it's not too late to grab some, but you still kind of want to be with us and wait. Don't FOMO. Your patience was rewarded now. Your patience could be rewarded again. So just hang tight, stick to the strategy. It's going to work. It works every time. Same thing with IPI. What a coincidence that our potash stock hit major support the same time everything else did. And what happens if we look at the hourly candle? It looks exactly the same as the others, doesn't it? These things are all trading in confluence. You need to understand how big of a deal that is. That means these things are going to bottom together. That makes it so easy to chart. Do you understand how easy it is to find a bottom when everything is bouncing at the same time in the same places on key levels? So a couple of these things will kind of be leading indicators too, because they'll get a little bit ahead of others, right? And that can kind of give you an idea in advance of where we might be going. Sometimes they could be false signals, right? Sometimes they may just be getting a little screwy, but still, these are the kinds of things you can be looking for, because once you're charting enough across similar things, right? So silver stocks, in groups, gold stocks in groups, uranium stocks in groups, agriculture in groups, and then all of the commodities broadly, you will find these confluences. So I just want you to open your charts and start looking in the same thing for all these things. I mean, this could be a pivot buy for IPI as well. I know I didn't provide prices on it, but we talked about the concepts that we just proved in the video, right? So that's kind of what you want to be using. You know, vital metals. Having a huge day today. It came back down, but it got up as high as 7.2 cents or 0.072. Remember, we bought back here at, what was it, 4 cents. So, you know, if you haven't gotten into this, I would seriously consider buying, especially if you can catch some of this support down here. I think it's doing multiple retests. I think if it wasn't for what's going on in the broad market, this baby would be breaking. I think it has a probability for upside much greater than downside, right? So I think this is a worthy speculation. By the way, in the case of gold, don't be surprised if you come down here and hit this 200. We were talking about that for a while in advance too. I have suspected for a while we might get kind of a quick flush down to it. I would expect it to be a strong bounce there and potentially the last low. But don't be surprised at that. I wouldn't worry too much about the spot price. You need to be focused more on equity prices. If you feel like this was helpful at all, if you learned anything, then please hit the like button and let me know and say something down in the comments.